Hello, this is ICR Tiger from thetradingtigers.com. Today, the 26th of May 2014, we're going to be looking at FX pairs, the pairs which are already in trade, so it's trade updates using the Donchian Channels strategy. Before we start, please go through the disclaimer, stop and read at your own leisure, as well as the hypothetical performance. Okay, fine, so let's go to the charts. So right now we're going to start with the bottom downwards, meaning the trades which are in loss. This is the US Japanese yen. We opened this trade way back in the 4th of the 6th. 4th of the 6th, that's 4th of June, and minus 97 pips. Right now we took our entry at 102.738. Stop loss at 141 pips has been moved, limiting the exposure right now. When we look at the below, prices below the 200, we're in a long trade. We needed this to also be up. It makes no difference, we're in the trade right now, and if we look above, price is way above the 200, so it could be a little bit of play. Price is currently holding at that 200 SMA. Okay, fine, let's move to the next one, which is the pound Aussie. Pound Aussie. Pound Aussie. Pound Aussie entered on the daily chart. Stop loss is 337 pips. We're minus 90 pips in profit right now. And right now it's kind of flatlining price. We can see an SSD crossover here on the daily. Maybe this could be enough to push the price all the way down and stop us out. Anyhow, we're going to play this trade as it goes through, and it was a bit of a yeah, okay, fine, so let's move on. Right, so the next one we're going to look at is the pound US dollar. So let's go to the pound dollar. Pound dollar, and here we are once again. Price is, we entered at 170.34 at 66.75. Stop loss is 378 pips. Price is above the 200 on the daily, weekly, and 4 hours, so it's still a viable long trade. Although we've got the SSD in the overbought area, crossover has occurred, more movement down could occur, and we could be stopped out. But however, I still feel quite confident on this trade because everything is showing quite bullish kind of sentiment. Move to the next one, New Zealand CAD. New Zealand CAD, here we go, and entered on the daily, and we're minus 35 pips right now. Entered at 94.18. Stop loss is and still is 266 pips. You can see the movement of the SSD down now in kind of almost, one would say, higher end of the overbought area, or close to the overbought area. So yeah, it can be anything. If we look below, price is is above the 200. We can see that now, and as well as the weekly. So we still feel confident this is a bullish kind of trade occurrence to take place. Move to the next one, which is the pound Japanese yen. Pound Japanese yen. Here we go. Pound Japanese yen. We entered this on the daily chart, if you remember, and we had put these trend lines in. That's resistance and support. Price pushed all the way through, and now this line here, which is the resistance, is now acting as a support. That is very typical of this particular kind of way forward. Anyhow, we're minus 2 pips, minus 3, minus 4 pips in this trade. Stop loss is 363 pips. It's going to stay like that until we decide to move it. You can see price is still considered to be in the overbought area. There has been a crossover. Is that crossover going to fall all the way down and therefore start taking us there? But here we have some kind of strong support occurrence over here. If we look at the below prices above the 200, this is the 200 SMA by the way, and if we look above, this is the 200 SMA, prices way above that, which gives us a good feeling on this potential trade for being bullish. Now let's move into the other territories for our trades, which are all in positive. Aussie Japanese yen, there we go, Aussie Japanese yen. Entered this trade on the 4 hour, as you can see, and our entry was here on the 4th of the 6th, 2014. Hope you can see that. I've added in a Fibonacci retracement so we can actually follow accordingly, and you see initially when we entered, our stop loss would have been all the way down here at 171 pips, right? And as the time went forward, as the trade went in our favor, we've actually moved our stop loss, and now we're in a stop loss of only 17 pips. So we're waiting for price to push up further, and therefore we can be in this trade for free. That's right, in the trade for free. Currently at 36.37 pips almost in profit. If we look at the above, this is the above on the daily chart. Prices are way above the 200 SMA, a good separation, and if we want to find out how much we're in that, we're 200 pips above, and if we look below, we're just touching the 200 SMA. Anyhow, it's not going to make any difference to us. We're in that trade, and we're going to stay in that trade until we're stopped out. Okay, fine. So let's move to the next one, New Zealand US dollar. New Zealand US dollar, and we are something like 62 pips in profit. That's right, 62 pips in profit, and I've put a Fibonacci retracement on there as well, and we've entered this on the daily chart. We entered it at 0.8705. We took another entry down here expecting this price to come down, hit the 61.8 and then bounce up, but as you can see, price was tampering around here, hit the 23.6 level, and now pushed up. It's been pushed up, and now we can see that break. Probably going to see that break for that Kiwi against the dollar. That's a Kiwi strength. That is it, traders. So once again, let's have a look at the above. The 200. This is the weekly chart. As you can see the weekly chart, how the weekly chart is looking. Price is quite bullish, way above the 200 there. And if you look at the 4 hour chart, wow, look how price is way above the 200. We feel quite confident on this potential trade for the long side. Moving again now to the Kiwi Swiss. And I hope you can see there is a kind of pattern here with the Kiwi strength. Okay, Kiwi Swiss entered on the daily chart. We entered it on 24th of June, and right now price is favoring us to be 69 pips in the profit. Entered at 77.61, and our stop loss has still been the same, not moved it, and we're at 231 pips. We can see this kind of cross occurrence even in the overbought area. Going to push that price a little bit further. One thing I need to state is when entering on a DNC long, your price will always be showing in the overbought area. So that's what I want to tell you about that. Now if we look at the above, prices above the 200 SMA, as you can see, and if we look below, prices way above the 200, and as you can see on the 4 hour chart, boom, it's hit it. If one wanted to enter on the 4 hour chart, it would be a valid trade to go long on the 4 hour chart. But let's now move to the euro pound, and here we are on the euro pound. We're 98 pips in profit, and entered this trade on the 5th of June, and our stop loss initially was 151 pips. We've now brought it down to 55 pips, so we've reduced our exposure by 2/3, pretty much, so you could say, or just below that. and looking for price to go down significantly, and that will be positive for us. And stop loss is 55 pips, as I mentioned to you. Let's have a look how price is just coming out the oversold area if we look at a SSD, but that's, you know, we're not playing the SSD, we're just using it as where's price in relation to overbought or oversold area, and we're going to be stopped out. We're going to come out the trade when we're stopped out the trade. Euro pound, as you can see on the 4-hour chart, price has hit the top, coming down to hit the bottom. When it hits the bottom, that would be a valid trade for the 4-hour. If we look at the weekly is still way below the 200. Let's have an incidentally look at the 1-hour. The 1-hour, here we go. Yes, it's above the 200. We need price to come below that, hit it, and that will give the necessary push for the 4-hour to be active. Euro Kiwi is our next one. Euro Kiwi or Euro New Zealand. So here's Euro New Zealand, and it's a short once again, as I said, playing on the strength of the Kiwi dollar, and we entered this trade on 19th of June. We're currently 104 pips in profit. Our stop loss has remained the same since entry because we are on the daily chart, of course. And here we go, and that trade is quite heavy, 611 pips. That's right, 611 pips for the stop loss. And so what is happening now? If we look at the 4-hour chart, 4-hour is just screaming down validation to go short. Yeah, a validation to go short on the 4-hour if one wanted to, and on the weekly that is also viable. I'll actually do a post on that 4-hour for Euro Kiwi. Okay, fine. So the last one that we're going to be looking at is the pound Swiss. Here we go for the pound Swiss, and we entered this on the 4-hour chart. Here we go on the 4-hour chart. See how price is just pushed all the way up, as you can see, and this is our entry point at 51.5076. Now please note our stop loss initially was here, and our stop loss initially was 107 pips, right? And currently now we're in this trade for free. We're guaranteed to be making, whatever happens, we're guaranteed to 57 pips, which is significant. Feel confident about this trade. Prices is in the oversold area. You can see that crossover, which is the confirming point for that particular long position here. And what's going to happen right now, as the price moves up, we're just going to capture more and more of this move. So probably we had a resistance line which we've drawn up here, and price is probably going to hit that, bounce off it, and by that time we would have captured a lot of that move. Let's just see how the above and below look. Below, price is below the 200 SMA. This the 200 SMA. Would like to see it above, but maybe this may be significant for it to go above. And for the daily, the daily, I apologize for that. Yes, as you can see, way above the 200. Okay, so that is it for me today. I'm ICI Tiger from thetradingtigers.com. Thank you.